hilchos Tefilin halacha hey. We are holding in Seif Lamed in the middle towards the end. Okay, so we're dealing here with this whole inyan of makat bechorot, this inaf bechorah, this inyan of getting out of Mitzrayim, of being born anew at every single moment. And we said that there are two types of firstbornness, so to speak. On one side you have the natural derech hateva bechorah, or the physical bechorah, and on the other hand you have the principle bechorah. This actually corresponds to in a certain way you can say that this corresponds to Sfirot Deigulim and Sfirot Deyosha. Sfirot Deigulim is when HaKadosh Baruch Hu has created the 10 Sfirot as concentric circles, one within the other. This represents derech hateva, whereas because the two attributes of a circle is that there is no beginning, there is no end, so you can't be further ahead. Basically it's one infinite continuum. And the second is that any point on the circle has the same distance from the center as any other, all along the circle. Not one of them is closer to the other. This represents the fact that al pi nature there is no such thing as kivayachol good and bad. There is no good and bad. Everything is one continuum. It's either pleasant or unpleasant. But and they have all kinds of philosophies that go with it. That they say that the world is just what it is. Just like things happen. Kind of like.
So when somebody steals something or kills somebody, that's
No.
not bad,
No, it's just that animals kill and steal all the time. There's no bad and good there. So that's the mahalach of mitzad ha'igulim. Anything is just, it happens to happen. This would happen that way. And basically that's the Goyshe history. That's the way of Goyshe, the Goyim look at life. That they're putting it in all kinds of fancy terms. Let's not get into this. But the point is that the second thing is that every single creation in the world, we said it a few times already, every single creation in the world has an hashgacha al pi teva, which is equal to every other creation in the world. In other words, a camel gets everything from Hashem that it needs to be a camel. An ant gets everything it needs to get from Hashem to be an ant, which is equal to the way that a person gets everything he needs to, to be a person. In other words, everything on each and every one gets a perfect hashgacha from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, created al pi teva exactly for what he needs to be. Sfirot Deyosha is a line that begins and ends. It turns in and it ends at a certain point. A line is, first of all, has a beginning, has an end. there is a meaning to advancement. I mean, you're further along the line. The line represents the conduit of choice, of Musa. There's good, there's bad, there's close, there's bad. So Mimele, the Indian of Chalapanoi, Arizal explains that Kadosh Baruch Hu has made the tzimtzum equal from all sides, and it says in a conceptual shape of a circle. That's the enabler, the harbinger of Sfirot Deigulim, of Olam HaTeva. This is done through Midat HaGevura, Midat Adin, and this is the Shoresh of Amalek. It is necessary for the Bechira, because if there's no Hastara, there's no concealment, there's no choice. Choice is only when you have an equal opportunity to choose. Because Baruch Hu is evident, is obvious, there's no choice. So this is the whole inyan of Amalek, of Esav, of Edom, of Goishkeit, is the union of Teva, the union of Hastara of Din. So in order to enable us to choose. So that's why first of all you have Sfirot Deigulim. Within the Sfirot Deigulim there's also Sfirot Deyosha. Sfirot Deyosha is B'chinat Yaakov Avinu, B'chinat Am Yisrael. Now Sfirot Deyosha means that there is nothing except good and bad. That's the only thing that matters. It says that Kol B'idei Shamayim Chutz Mirat Shamayim. In other words, everything is predetermined. You're getting the tools that you need in order to be whatever it is that you need, in order to achieve whatever it is you need to achieve in the world, with your struggle against the Yetzer Hara. And the only choice you really have is either to do good or to do bad. If you're going to be tall or short or smart or stupid or rich or poor, this is Hakol Mishamayim. And this is a bechina that connects directly to Ein Sof. It connects directly to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's beyond Teva. Because Al Pi Teva, an animal eats an animal. What it needs to eat. There's no good or bad over there. You cannot take an animal and says this is a good animal, this is a bad animal. An animal is an animal. That's what it does. Al Pi Teva. The union of human beings, the union of Israel, Gushat Israel, is beyond Chayal HaPanoi. This is the Or HaKav that comes from, which is actually the Or Ein Sof that comes inside. The Or Ein Sof is the Shkacha V'Kodesh Baruch Hu, which means there's good, there's bad. Now you also have, an interface system, a transmission system to transmit from above to below. So you have the different sfirot, and afterwards the shvira, and there's a parzufim, everything. But basically, this is what it is. So the union of Sfirot Deigulim is the union of Esav Amalek. The union of Sfirot Deyosh is the union of Israel. The only way to get to connect, so the question is that, what comes first?
It doesn't.
Yes.
מה זה הקווים?
ספירות עיגולים is מלמעלה למטה, is 3 קווים, ימין, שמאל ואמצע.
Okay, let's check one second back to maybe the Shamayim puts me at Shamayim. Shirus and everything, these things are decided.
Yeah.
But there are certain segulos or things that are totally in your Shamayim, like the more bitachon a person has, the more Ashirus, or if he has kas, then it's
yes, no, but what I'm trying to say is that you get the Ashirus in accordance to your spiritual needs. If you deal with your Shamayim properly, in other words, and you're your Shamayim, and the best way for you to advance is to have a shirut, you get that. This is the sort of the Baal Tfilah, from the mice of Baal Tfilah, Sipur HaMasiyot, and he says it used to be Makarev people. He says, and those that he knew that have to go with torn clothes, he would give torn clothes. And those that he knew that they had to go around with golden garments, he would give golden garments. Even if he took a rich person and he gave him a little, or he took a poor person, then he gave up. Each one according to the needs of his neshama. In other words, yes, there are sgulot, yes, there are tefillot, yes, there's a... Ishtadlut has nothing to do with it. Ishtadlut is something that you need to the shlom of your nefesh, to give you credit. What?
Your Shamayim aspect.
Beseder.
Someone, your Shamayim could be mostly from himself Ashirus.
Yeah, but you choose to use this gulot. Yirat Shamayim is not... Just a second.
Is it choice to do?
Let me just go rewind. What did you ask?
You said that
If
if
someone
you...
has your Shamayim,
Yes.
doesn't get angry. If he gets angry, he's mafsid Ashirus.
Because that's his
So there's
tikkun.
Ashirus that's totally in your Shamayim.
Beseder, but it's the ashirus that either they take from him or they give to him is according to the tikkun that he needs in order to be mashlim with Yirat Shamayim the way it needs to be.
They're going to be mashpiahim.
Yeah, now the Kodesh Baruch Hu knows, being that the person got angry, so now his tikkun is he should have less money. That's the wisdom of Misugal Yirat Shamayim. And if he doesn't get angry, his tikkun is that he should have money. It's like refuah. It's like the same thing as it changes according to what his needs are. But the whole thing is the only thing that you have absolutely free choice. You decide this way or that way is Yirat Shamayim. It's good and bad.
So you're saying that you don't decide, I'm going to get 12,000 shekels this month. You do your part, and then everything else gets sent to you according to how the level you're on.
Well, you could mamshich it with kedusha, with retzonot, with choice. You can pray for it. You can mamshich.
Bevadai. But the only thing that is really completely choice is good and bad.
That has to do with it.
Now the outside trappings.
How does this work? The Ramchal talks about like Ashirus, like you being wealthy in your life, as like predetermined before you're even born. How does this plug into you're going to be a rich person, you're going to be a poor person? Is it just within this you might get a little bit? You're going to be poor, but if you don't get angry, you get a bit more money, or is it no? You can one day change your.
It's all one and the same. A person comes to this world to the tikkun of his neshama, and for this he's being put in a specific station in life.
Upper middle class.
That is most, whatever it is, that is most propitious for his tikkun. Now sometimes he needs to be rich, and then you have to be poor, and then he'll be rich again. Or be poor and be rich and then poor again. Whatever that he needs, it's predetermined because it's predetermined by the combination of nefesh, ruach, neshama, chai, chida that are put together for that particular gilgal.
So the Maisa with his lacking your Shamayim, he's being moneh, the Ashirus to come to him, meaning he's down the
It's part of the whole game, but basically what you're talking about, it's very much like sitting and playing chess with a chess master. No matter which way you'll move,
You're done.
he'll get you to where he wants to get you. He'll counter you choose whatever moves you want, and he'll counter any move and get you to anywhere that he wants on the board.
The end's going to be the same.
So what I'm saying is that you get what you need to get, but the main thing is that, without going off on a tangent over here, is that the main inyan is that you can either be a bechor al piteva, which means rich, strong, whatever it is, which is derech of Esav. This is Bchorei Mitzrayim. Because the Sar of Mitzrayim, the minister of Mitzrayim, is Edom, and on the other hand, you have a choice. You want to be B'ni Bechori Yisrael. You want to be Bechor v'Kodesh Baruch Hu. Kodesh Baruch Hu, the being Bechor v'Kodesh Baruch Hu means that you proceed, you skip over the Bechorah of Teva, and you go beyond Teva. You spring over with your emunah.
Right. So it means if you don't, then you're still living within Sefirot Gulim. You're still living without the real hashgacha. You're living with Esav.
You're always living with hashgacha. As a yid, you're always living with full hashgacha. The question is, what's going to happen to you, and how is it going to be revealed to you? Kodesh Baruch Hu said, if את השם אמרת היום, ואמר אני אמרתי אותי לעם, if you choose Hashem, Hashem chooses you. והלכתם עמי בקר, and if you go with me with coincidence, in other words, which is דרך הטבע, והלכתם לכם בקר, and so I will go with you, and I will fortify that view of reality, that everything is coincidence. And if you'll continue going this, והלכתם לכם בחמאס carry, in other words, not only that it'll go with you with coincidence, bad coincidences are going to happen to you. With all the clothes in the Torah, v'chula. So it's even within the teva, you're fully under hashgacha. As a yid, fully under hashgacha. So it says the union of getting out of under the teva and going into Kedushat Israel. This is the union of Leida. It's called a birth. You're being born from being al pi derech hateva, and you're born into Kedushat Israel. This is the union of Yitzias Mitzrayim. That's the Yitzias Mitzrayim is later. Vayi ki iksha paro l'shalchenu. It's milshon maksha leila, that the woman has difficulty in giving birth.
Passing over from the side of Din to the side of Esav.
Yes, the side of Esav to the side of Yaakov. Now the thing is that's why just before Yitzias Mitzrayim had to be Makat Bechorot, which Hashem has defeated Bechorei Mitzrayim, which means the Bechorah of Amalek, Reshit Goyim Amalek. He had to defeat that in order for Bnei Bechorei Israel to come out of Mitzrayim to the Leida, to Yitziat Mitzrayim. This is how Am Yisrael came out of Mitzrayim. שהוא בחינת לידה, which is in essence the principle of birth. ואז נתקדשו הבכורות נתנם לכהן, then the בכורות also was sanctified to be given to the Kohen, שהוא מקבל קדושתו מבחינת זקן לקדושה. The קדושה of the Kohen, he receives it from the blind beggar, from the tzaddik that connects to Ein Sof, that remembers everything, remembers nothing, which means he connects this world with HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mamash Kavechol. מבחינת זקן הארון. Zaken the Kusha Zkan Aaron. Zkan Aaron is the connection between the Zaken and Aaron. Yes. So the Kedushat HaKohen. The Kedushat HaKohen come from the Zaken, from the Zakenim. The 8 Zakenim that are, within the Mochin of the Tefilin, and the blind beggar that's beyond it. Each one, as we said, is determined by whatever he remembers. So these, you have one Zaken, which is what we receive from, that's the lowest Zaken that remembers when the umbilical was cut. And then you have the 8 Zakenim above him, that are inside the Tefilin. One remember, when he was still in the baby's mother, in his mother's womb, till he gets the Zaken, the Kedusha, that remembers everything, and remembers nothing. That's the blind beggar. That everything comes from him. He's b'chinat zaken, and by Aaron he's saying, Hashem min hatov hayored al hazakan, zkan Aaron. First of all, the shemen, the mochin, the mind comes from, comes down on the zakan. Kashem min hatov hayored al hazakan, and that gives the kedusha to Aaron. Al hazakan, zkan Aaron. Aaron receives from the Zaken. מבחינת זקן הארון. שהוא בחינת דיקוני דיקנה נמשכים על ידי העיוור. This is the 13 תיקונים of the beard, of the Zakan, that come about through the blind beggar, שנכלל באין סוף שקדם לכל. That is actually included in infinity that precedes everything. ששם כל העולם אינו עולה כהרף עין. The entire world is beyond time. The whole world is like a blink of an eye. כדי לקדש הבכור, and this is in order to sanctify the firstborn. שהוא לידה ראשונה, that's the first birth. להמשיך עליו קדושת הבכורה של ישראל. To draw upon the child the kedusha, the sanctity of the firstborn of Israel, which means a principal firstborn. A principle which comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself and not from Derech HaTeva. She'i b'chinat emunah. The way you reach it is through the emunah. We said because what you need to do, you need to jump over Chalal HaPanui You need to jump over Teva, and you have to latch onto HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. The only way you can do is through Emunah. So this is done through the Emunah. And through this you go over, you spring over all the chokhmot and all the sciences that preceded everything. And you will transfer. And you transferred kol pet harechem l'Hashem ve'evarta daika. Dafka, that you transfer, that you spring over, that you go over, that you cross over. כי על ידי קדושת בכור זוכים להתגבר על בחינת בכורה דסתרא אחרא. Through the קדושה of the בכור, you overcome the קדושה, the בכורה סתרא אחרא, שהוא בחינת חלל הפנוי, as we explained before. Okay, קדושת בכור לכהן, through the קדושת בכור that you give to the כהן, you ממשיך אמונה שלמה, שעל ידי זורמים על כל החוכמות. This is like this. ועל כן עיקר התפילין מדברים מיציאת מצרים וקדושת בכורים ואמונה. When you check out the parshiot in the Tefilin, you see that they're talking about three subjects: Yitzias Mitzrayim, the sanctity of the firstborn, and Emunah. Ki hakol echad, and Eretz Yisrael, which is all one thing. Ki hakol echad. Ki al yedei Emunah ovrim al kol hachokhmot הנמשכים החלל הפנוי. Through the Emunah, you cross over, you skip all the chokhmot that come from חלל הפנוי. שזה בחינת יס מצרים. This is getting out of Mitzrayim. This is how you get out of Mitzrayim. בחינת קדושת בכורים כנ"ל. This is the קדושה of the firstborn. ומשם עיקר התפילין. And this is the source, this is the spiritual source of the tefillin. שהם התחדשות המוחין והחיות. Because the tefillin, what they do, what they bring about, is a rejuvenation of your life force.
Why is that jumping over? I'm trying to understand this, the union of Bocha, how it fits in here. Why is the jumping over the bechinat of Bocha? Bechor?
We said that two times of Bechorot.
Yeah, I can't remember.
The nature, the natural.
The natural and the supernatural.
Right.
And Yaakov.
They're both Bechnas Bechorah. The natural one is Rashid Goyim Amalek.
He was born first.
Yeah.
Because the first quote-unquote physical creation is the vacant space.
Right.
So if you're measuring, if you start a measuring tape from when the world was created, from the Big Bang, so to speak, then it's Amalek. That's the Bechorat Esav. In order for Am Yisrael to be Zocher in the Bechorah, you have to go beyond that.
Beyond Kushi.
Means firstborn, yeah?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's sort of implicit in the words. It's not saying this, but it's saying, don't ask any questions and try and logicize anything. You just have to have faith. You just bekitza, right? And so then, in principle, you could say that with everything in Yiddishkeit. Like you just have to.
Don't try to understand what you can't understand. What you can, you should try to understand it.
Exactly right.
But
Right.
the difficult question is
Listen to
like,
the man.
is there another planet? Who cares? You know, like
Right. Right.
No,
but if I let's say, for example, I'm trying to figure out, like about Teshuvah, is the Torah true? Isn't it not true? I mean, by God, isn't? Are these? Is
It's
this
a natural.
is that
it's
plugging
a
into Asa?
No, the point is like this. No. The point is you have to understand. We said that we spoke about it already a few times, and it bears speaking again. When you're coming close to Yiddishkeit, you're bringing with you
baggage.
all the baggage that where you come from, okay, and the one thing that you come with is a point of view, a perspective, and perspective is built on a lot of assumptions. This world was full with emunah. Doesn't matter, Goyish or Yiddish. It's full with emunah. Everything is predicated on emunah. The right one or the wrong one. I saw somebody says put in when Yeshua came to Yisrael, whatever. This is somebody, some Chinani guy says, what are you talking? There was never Yeshua. There was never this. Everything is there's no evidence to this, no evidence to that, whatever. So what are you saying there was no Yeshua? He says, according to the world that rests on archaeological evidence, there's no evidence. It doesn't mean there was no there. Just until up to a few years ago, they said there was never such thing as David HaMelech, because there was no evidence. And suddenly they found an evidence. So what do you do now? Until now you said there was no David HaMelech. So what do you say to them? Now, in other words, they're built. What they're actually saying is, what we know is this, okay? But where they take it from, where they take it to, is since what we know is this, they believe that that's the truth.
Yeah.
Right. But a principle in archaeology is a lack of evidence is not evidence of lack. I mean, it's not a goyish thing to believe that. It's just this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, but the point is not this. The point is that there is no, in the world, in the natural world, there is no truth. In Olam Eigulim, there is no truth.
Right.
There is just, given the evidence, this is what seems to be the situation. But it has nothing to denote with the ultimate truth. Unless, of course, it's evidence of Torah. The Torah says we believe to it himself, nekuda.
I mean,
To the point.
but they know that a medical cure it works. It's proved. It's proof. It's true. It's a truth of the world that this cures this disease.
Again. A natural situation, the world runs on basic principles that Kodesh Baruch Hu put in the world. You don't need to have proof. A proof is not 100%. No medicine works 100% for anything. Point is that Kodesh Baruch Hu runs the world al pi derech hateva. That some things are more auspicious for something or less auspicious for something else. And every single medicine has its side effects. If it has a koyach to heal, has a koyach to hurt. As Rabbeinu says, it's everything is. The point is not this. The point is that ultimate truth is achievable only through emunah, not through proof, because proof is only for en lo dayan ela ma shenavoot. The only thing that the judge can go after, can go by, is what his eyes see. That's what he sees. It doesn't mean that's all there is. But it means that's what he's seeing. His job is to judge. So this is derech haolam. But in order to tell, when the testimony comes b'derech Torah, the physical truth changes. Ad kadei kach, it says that Chazal talk about the union of a day chodesh, when you have two eidim, two witnesses that come that said they saw the Levana, they saw the moon, they saw the Chidush HaChodesh. So Beit Din is Mekadesh the Chodesh al pihem, right? If they come during the day, that they said that they saw already last night, they saw a little shmitchik of a dat of a Levana. So they have to ask them how you saw it, which side did you see it, v'chole, and then the Mekadesh that day for Rosh Chodesh. And if they don't come all day, so the next day is Rosh Chodesh. That's what happens if they were delayed and they come after the end of the day and they say, we saw yesterday the Chidush HaLevana. What happens? So the halacha is that the next day is Rosh Chodesh.
Yeah.
What happens to the Levana?
It goes longer.
It moves. It moves. Why? Because Chazal said that the next day is Rosh Chodesh, so the Teva moves according to that.
But it doesn't change the truth.
It does.
Which they saw
It
they
does.
saw it the day before.
Changes reality.
No, it changes.
They still saw it the day before.
They saw what they saw, it's fine. But the Levana is where it needs to be on Rosh Chodesh because Beis Din paskin like that. You have many instances like this that the famous give and take between Rabbi Rabban Yochanan Zakkai and Aspasianos, Caesar, that he came to Yerushalayim and he says, Shlom Alach Malka, Shlom Alach Malka. He says, hiking, There's hello king, you know, peace unto you king, peace unto you monarch. So he says you just b'mischayev l'malchus twice. First of all, anybody that gives the title of monarch to anybody who's not a monarch in Rome, it's a capital, it's a capital punishment. It's a capital offense. And secondly, if I'm a king, why didn't you come until now? Because there was a siege already for a long time. So the Gabu, why I couldn't come until now? Because they wouldn't let me. That's something else. But why are you saying that you're not a king?
You are?
So he says, no, you don't know. What do you mean you don't know? He says, because I have a pasuk. I have a pasuk. The pasuk says, "V'alvanon ba'adir yipol," and the Lebanon, which is the Beis Hamikdash, will fall in the hands of an adir. Adir is a king. As in, I know that you're going to destroy the Beis Hamikdash. So I know that you're a king. You don't have an archaeological finding, to that effect. So you don't know. So you didn't find, So then comes the shaliach and says, the old cedar died, and you're already a melech. So you don't know yet. Because the principle is that you have Torah and you have the world. You have reality and you have testimonial for reality. The question is which is which. For the world, for the people that grow up in a Goyish environment, so to speak, is or influenced by Goyish environment. The world is the reality, and the Torah is the edus. The Torah is the testimony. But if tzaddikim is the other way around. The Torah is the reality. The world is a testimony of reality. You're saying you're not a king, so you don't know. That's all there is to it.
You don't know this possible.
It's like, there's this tremendous inyanim that they said that Yaakov Avinu lo met. Yaakov didn't die. Well, you have a pasuk. Well, for nothing they mummified him. For nothing I have a pasuk. That's it. All you can do. You have a pasuk and that's it. Now, so Mimela, when you come to Yiddishkeit, you come from your own background, and to get out of the emunot that you had before, you need to be brought over until your paradigm changes, until your perspective changes. You need the Torah to be brought to you. And certain inyanim you need to totally throw yourself over, to jump hand first. So I don't know, so I don't understand. But in many ways you need to get answers just to be able to live with yourself, because you're living with your previous limitations. You can't just step out of it. What happens is that through the process.
So why is it called later? Why is it a birth? You're not born anew. You still bring everything from your last. From the womb, you're living with your afterbirth. We're talking about a birthing which happens every day. You're talking about a principle.
You ask the same questions about ki b'yom achalcha mimenu mot tamut. What happens? Adam didn't die that day. And Eliyahu Pinzar told you very, very good. He told you the very fact alone that he switched from being immortal to being mortal. Doesn't matter if he lives a million years. That means that's the day he dies.
Let's not get into this
because,
again.
What?
Let's not get into this again.
No. It's very simple. Because the minute that you say that the person is mortal, every single day that passes is death.
Closer to death and closer to death.
No, closer to death. It's death itself. You died the day. And every single day that you begin, you are born the day. Think about it a little bit. You understand the principle behind it. The problem is that you're thinking of longevity. Yeah, but what about the day after? What about the day after? Forget about it. That day. The minute that you begin that day, you're born that day. You're born with all the warts that you brought from before. But that's why you have to begin again. And every time when you begin again, you begin again. That's how you cleanse everything out, up to the point that these koshiyot don't bother you anymore. I'll never forget. I used to have. There was a certain pasuk that in Shachris, I told you this story many times. In Shachris, that the two words in my mind, when it just came to Yiddishkeit, in my mind converged to actually spell out a dirty word. Something totally arbitrary, stam. And from this, it came out in my mind. There was an association of something that was dirty, and it was very difficult for me. Every time I went, did anything ever happen to you? This?
Yeah.
You know, you just go, and all of a sudden, two things going on, and you can't get over it. You know, it like stares at you, like stands at you, and you realize this is madness, but you can't help it, right? You just can't help it. So, Baruch Hashem, I had a sechel to know what can I do. The reason why it is because in my neshama there's a fleck, there's a stain on my neshama. You know, that attracts that it projects this. You know, it's like a Rorschach test. You know, the splatters test. That you come with the, you know, this. It's all in your mind. It's not in the test, right?
I was thinking that the fool cuts that part out, and then when he flips the page, he can't read. You know, like just get over it. You know.
No. The point is that I just kept on davening, and it came to my mind. And I kept on going, and because I didn't make a big deal out of it, you know, after a while, suddenly I know, I forgot about the whole thing. So I was reminded of it, like years later, and then I looked at it, this is where it is, and didn't do anything. I just go over it, that's it. And every once in a while, it sort of like reminds himself to me, which means I know that particular, whatever ketem it is, whatever stain it is in my neshama, so it's lighter, but it's not completely out. I saw a whole long time gunish that went out of my mind. Same thing is, you need this kind of proofs, this scientific proofs, because you believe in scientism. Humanity believes in scientism. Scientism is not science. Scientism is the belief that science knows everything.
Isn't that more like Western?
And if science says that, then it must be true. It's the emunah of Hamonam. The scientists themselves know that scientism is nonsense. But Hamona Am that cannot, he says, wow, this guy's so smart. He understands it. No. Yeah, but if he understands it and he's so smart, well, it must be true. That's the Zora of scientism. But the point is, we all come from there. We're getting all kinds of proofs that will throw us off, either from a refuah, that you say, either from the fact that, you know, people are go-getters, they're parnos or whatever. This all comes from the same, and the more you cleanse yourself, the more you begin again, the lesser it becomes, the lighter the stains become, until the point you're, and not only this, when the more emunah you have, the less enslaved you are to the bechina of teva. To the point that a person can be in a level of the only shtadut he needs to make in order to have parnasa is just to walk from one wall to the next. That's it.
Are you saying?
Rabbeinu says that a person can have such a munah that walking from wall to wall, he can revive the dead. The more munah there is, the less.
Right, I understand what you're saying, and this is because you're connecting within the Jewish world. The hashkacha of the Jew is to connect to the light that comes down into the challah. I understand that, but that doesn't. I don't understand why there's a connect. For example, E equals MC squared is something that it's a truth it's a truth of nature, right? It's a scientific truth. It's been proven. I don't understand why that's not a truth, because the rabbi never paskin that it's E equals MC squared. I don't understand.
I'm telling you, it's not a truth.
That's why you said there's no truth in
what
there.
What I'm saying is that
when he says it's not truth, he means it's not a source of truth.
You can describe, but the only thing he does is just he describes nature.
Yeah.
That's not truth. That's a fact.
Okay.
The truth that we're talking about is a moral truth. It's a principle truth. which mimele goes into the physical realm as well. So you have what they call the anhagas hateva. You have the conduct of nature in the world, the way that the natural world, the way it runs, and the hashgacha runs within it. As we said, it's this chess master that leads you to where he wants to lead you, al pi derech hateva, through the rules of chess. So you can look at the natural laws like the rules of the game of chess. That's the way the horse moves. That's the way the rook moves. That's the way the whatever. That's the queen and the pawn and whatever. So the thing is that the chess master can run you all around the board and lead you wherever it is that he wants. You know, playing the rules. So hashgacha is within the teva. So we said that the kedushat habechorim, this is ikar Tefilin. That means the renewal of the life force. All this you get through the emunah. That is the kar. That's the main source of life. כמו שכתוב באור פני מלך חיים, in the light of the face of the king as life. כמובן דיבר רבינו ז"ל וכנ"ל כי ידי אמונה, but through the אמונה. שמאמינים בחידוש העולם, that you believe in the renewal of the world. שהשם יתברך ברא כל כרצונו יש מאין המוחלט. אחרי ידר גמור, the קדוש ברוך הוא created everything just the way he wanted to. You know, isness from total nothingness. אחרי ידר גמור, from total nothingness. As we said, this is not חלל פנוי. This is כמו שכתוב, the חלל פנוי is I'm going off a tangent, excuse me. What would you do? Rewind. המוחלט. מאין המוחלט means the total and absolute nothingness. או כמו שהוא התברך חידש את העולם יש מאין המוחלט. And the very same way קדוש ברוך הוא has renewed the world is from total nothing. כמו כן, הוא מחדש גם אתה בטובה בכל יום תמיד מעשרים. The very same way that Hashem had created the world is from nothingness, he does so at all time, every single day. ועיקר חידוש מעשה בראשית בכל יום, and the main principle behind the renewal of the form of creation, בכל יום הוא על ידי החוכמה. This is done through the חוכמה. כמו שכתוב, כולם החוכמה עשית, שהמוחין החדשים נמשכים בכל יום. This is the new mochin that come in, the new mind that comes in every single day. להכיר אותו בכל יום מחדש בידיעה והכל החדש, to know Hashem and to recognize him every single day in new recognition. שעל ידי זה נתחדשים מעשה בראשית בכל יום בטובו מחדש בכל יום. This is the thing that actually, you know, evolves down to physical existence, because the physical existence emanates from the spiritual existence. And the fact alone that there is a chidush of emunah every single day, it boils down afterwards to the physical chidush. כמו שאין טוב אלא תורה ואין טוב אלא צדיק. There's no other goodness in the world except the Torah, and there's no tov אלא צדיק. הצדיק האמת זוכה להשגת התורה והדעת מחדש בכל יום. הצדיק האמת is the one that attains the das each day anew, ועל ידי זה נתחדשים מעשה בראשית. And this brings about the מעשה בראשית. And this is, yes, and this is the sort of the Rabbeinu says that in Sipurei HaMaasiyot, the Begad it says that the heart and the fountain, that they get another day. They have such longing to one another that they're almost dying from one another. So that he has to give a new day and the new day, which means time, is created by the true Ish Chesed, Rabbeinu says, the one that goes around and collects all the chasadim of the day and puts it together and creates time for it and gives the Ma'ayan, which is David HaMelech, which is the Malchut, one more day. Give him one more day.
Is it the hunchback? The hunchback? No?
What? Mr. I think I don't remember. So that's I was hoping nobody will catch me that I don't remember which one it is, but you did. I'll never forgive you. עד כאן, בעזרת השם. משם עיקר התפילין. Okay. Yes, we'll do. Listen. Okay, I decided to continue Likutei Halachos.
What did that text message you say? Said some guy dreamt about a Mashiach or something?
Yeah, Shlomo sent it to me.
Yeah, I know.
What did it say?
You know, I heard.
No, that's a hoax.
Yeah.
I told him, I don't know if Mashiach is here, but his donkey is sure here. No, I didn't mean
Send
him.
it to
I
me,
didn't.
so I sent it. It's funny if you don't send it. I was like, forget about it. I'm sending it. True, not true.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I heard the text.
Who's this
The
Rob?
text
Like,
company makes a lot of money from
messenger.
this. Everybody's making text. They make like
That's
1
the-
penny a text or whatever.
That's how it's
everybody
done.
about that back.
It's funny because the first thing I said to my wife, I said, we better do to shoot the Mashiach.
If you don't send SMS, you're not going to be nitzol from Havlei Mashiach.
So,
And you're going to lose a lot of money.
so all my malav is for nothing, you know.
You know, no, but the funniest thing is what he wrote. He said that means all the guys with the kosher phones are really fixed. You know, because they don't have SMSs. Or have text
You know, they
messages.
thought all along that they were...
All right. Listen, we'll continue tomorrow. I'm totally beat. So, goodbye.